Our final game of Arena of Valor for the first day of our final stages of the PvP Esports Championship, live to you from the beautiful city of Singapore with this awesome crowd who are joining us here at the Suntech Center. We've had some great matches so far, a few one-sided battles. We've seen one team leave us, and we're going to wave goodbye to another now. It's our other losers bracket game of today. Two teams to scrap this one out from our group stages. Winner goes through to tomorrow. Loser, well, they could be here tomorrow, but they'll be watching if they are. Who's going to make it out to the next stage? Well, let's welcome firstly Tamago. Please welcome your hometown team, Tamago! So there, Tamago, and these are the ones they have to beat to stay in the competition. Maxbox Gaming! Good luck, guys. Please take your places. Good luck as well to Tamago. So two teams looking to win this in a couple of days' time, but the loser of this is done here at the PvP Esports Championships. And when they played yesterday in the group stages, Tamago beat them 2-0. So it's a death match, it's a revenge match, it's all the things we like. Back to Rene and the desk, and we'll see who wins this best of one.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back to the desk with your favorite 90s boy group having a comeback here. with obviously Rip, Sujay, and I don't know who he is. Opal, no, we won't get that right. No problem at all. Just lost someone from the desk. Never mind. Maxbox and Tamago. That is, I mean, in terms of storylines, probably the biggest thing that we have today. We know that Tamago won 4-0 in the Valor Series final against the same team, and it's now that one shot in a best of one where Maxbox could come back. But when we talk about the local hero, Tamago, there's obviously someone on the team that makes a lot happen for them, right?
Yeah, his name was mentioned across every other team. The person that they most fear is no other than Tainted One. This guy is a monster in the carry role. And this is why Maxbox, it's a story of redemption. They want to get the revenge. They've lost basically 0-6 facing against Tamago in not only the grand finals, but leading up to the group stage as well. They've been 2-0 by Tamago in a 12-minute fashion as well. So this is their time and their chance to shine.
This is the perfect opportunity for them, right? I mean, we've lost multiple times, but now it's best of one. Like, this is all I need. I got to win one game, and then they're eliminated out of the tournament? That's perfect.
And on top of that, too, like, this is the one matchup we could see some very interesting picks come out, especially when it comes to the draft, because we saw that a little bit in the stage. So I always like variety, I always like meta evolving, so I'm ready for this one.
Yeah, Tamago played like Zephyrs, they put out a Gilder,
Batman
they put
is
out a Thane, and their Thane play was just phenomenal. This is a team that give whatever draft that makes it work, and they make it work. They basically are able to play to that draft win condition. And honestly, it's a team that's really scary to play against.
In a first to one though, when they've had this history of winning like 6-0 against a team, do you think they're gonna really mix things up and go with something wild and like bring out this crazy draft? Do you think they just go with, we beat them with this thing multiple times, let's just go with that again?
Yeah, I mean, hubris could be your downfall, right? You can have a little overconfidence against a team that you just play so well against, and the hunger from Maxbox could be enough for them to really get that win.
Talking about Maxbox, obviously they got Gambit on the side, which basically a bit like Tainted 1S on the other side of Tamago. So it is a match of heroes.
Yeah, his Raz has been like ridiculous throughout the entire group stage. So like, I wonder if there'll be a target ban. I don't think they will, because they just beat the team so badly anyway. But that Raz take away from him makes them even like weaker. You know?
Yeah, even if they do ban the Raz, he is phenomenal on Flash. I mean, this guy is so aggressive. He goes in when his team basically engages, and he also loves to be the guy that pokes out and basically make the opponent play more defensive because of his aggressive playstyle.
We'll see if that turns out to be, once again, the replay of what we had in previous matches of Tamago and Maxbox. Or if we see something new coming up, we talked about that. Do you really want to take the risk of trying something else rather than sticking to what you would normally play? If it's down to that, which team is more likely to try out something new in a match that they played that often lately?
Yeah, I think Opal called it perfectly. It's going to be Tamago. I mean, they played Batman Ignis. They played Gilder, they played Thane.
Like something super wild.
That's a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what they're going to pull out. But we do know that they do suffer if a team knows how to rotate, counter-rotate against it, because Tamago, they love the 4-man rotation. So hopefully Maxbox has something planned against them.
And additionally, I think 1717 on Maxbox, he's played like, I think 10 different heroes in the group stage. He's something ridiculous like that. So the interesting thing to me is that he's run the Superman before, and it's done well for them. So he's like, is this the game where Superman gets to make a stamp on the game? Be like, this is the one. One game. Give me Superman.
With so much diversity that's possible in picking, is there any chance at all to create, like to force your opponent on one strategy with the right bans? Or is it like, this is so open, it's everyone's game still, even in the bans?
I know, you draft all the DC heroes. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Joker, Flash.
Do it.
This would be a good
Do
team.
it.
Has anyone ever done that in a competitive
No,
game?
I have not
yet,
seen
right?
it.
We got close with AWC. I think there was 3 or 4 on the same team. But I would love to
Get
see...
the Justice League, man.
Yeah,
Get the Justice League. in there.
But what we also saw, like in one of the previous games today, Flash trying to be a superhero, never really worked. He always got picked up. So I'm not
so
sure.
quick. Wasn't so quick.
He probably forgot his running shoes.
Yeah.
That
One
can
thing,
I don't know if that next season.
speaking of team, one thing that Matchbox tends to do is they like to take fights that they cannot win. It's uneven. So, hey, I see 5 people, I got 4 people. You know what? I'm still going to fight you.
I was really
That's why they need the Justice League, you know? You gotta feel like a superhero sometimes.
I was really bad back then in school in terms of mathematics, but they seem to be way worse than, because I could do that, like between 5 and 4, I know the difference.
Hey, but if you have Superman on your team,
I
doesn't
actually-
matter,
Does
right?
that count as
counts
2
for 2.
people?
I mean, yeah, he's Clark Kent and Superman.
Whoa. But he isn't Superman at the same time,
Oh.
That would be great if Superman, like, when he's walking on the ground, he turns into Clark Kent.
Oh, like Liliana?
Now we're giving them skin ideas.
He'll probably be the next one, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's some really hot contested picks. So we know Violet, Untainted, is just destruction. We know Cricknack is a high priority. I loved how Bigatron in the last match target banned their carry and basically avoided the Violet or Cricknack. So I feel like, is Maxbox going to be able to do the same thing? Because that's going to be a very smart move, because Tainted is the person they have to slow down. If they do not slow down Tainted, he gets ahead, he literally can carry his team to victory, and that is, I think, the weak point. Or actually not the weak point, but the hero they want to target to win against the Valor, or at least have a chance of winning.
So who do you take out then? You to go for like Fennec and Slims or something?
No,
you
I
try to
think
target them?
you don't give them Violet, you don't give them Cricknack, and you take Lindis.
That's pretty much what we've been seeing in the drafts. Usually it's the Violet and the Cricknack getting taken out, and then the Lindis usually first pick for the blue side.
Exactly.
So honestly, I'm interested to see who gets the blue side for this series, because that might be the more important thing. That might depend on how our draft pans out.
But what is the weakest hero for Tainted then? Like, if you can force him with bans, we know there's always the way of trying to get someone to choose a specific combination, which is probably his weakest then.
I think just follow what Bigatron did, right? They got the Lindis early game aggression, and they put the Slims onto Z, so maybe Tainted takes Slims, who he's not as proficient as, right? And then he's weaker early game. Slims does not win against Lindis early game, so the only hope for Maxbox is to take away that early game and really push that pressure. And I think that's the only way, because when Tamago gets to late game, they're better at team fighting. And in late game, all that matters is the team fight.
But then it also comes to play, we saw that in the previous ones, right? Dragon control, the Abyssal Dragon, you want to bring it in somehow. Is there any team particularly stronger on making sure that they secure the Abyssal?
Yeah, it's going to be Tamago every time.
All right, I should not ask anymore.
So that's why the draft is the only chance. I mean, Tamago's better at team fighting, better objectives, better rotations. I mean, they beat Maxbox in less than 12 minutes. So the only way Maxbox can win is they don't lose the early game.
This will now
get a good draft.
This will now be a 9-minute game with Maxbox winning just because he says like they're the better team there, they're better than that.
I mean, the way I see it, like at that point, and at least the last time they met inside the group series, maybe it was like, we're not going to win this group series anyway. We're going to be in the lower bracket. Let's just let them have this game, and we'll see them one game at a time later. Just one game. We'll beat them the best one.
Yeah, let's be honest. If you need to lose one, then I'd rather lose group stage.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
Lose 2 on group stage, win the one game when it matters.
But we got the draft up, and that means the important part now starts.
Oh, and you called out the Raz there, Rip. They banned it away. They're like, you know what? You're not going to get the Raz. Zenial being banned, I do know that Cricknack and Violet are going to be high priorities for both the sides.
Seeing here now, that's also a Zenial and the Mina getting back banned out here on Maxbox, so we're not going to be able to see that. But the Ivory ban coming out for Tamago.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out, Lloyd is playing in the place of the jungle, and we know this guy, his Cricknack was 8-1-3 and doing 35% of his damage. Yeah, Cricknack has to be banned because Lloyd is phenomenal on this Cricknack, and they subbed him in for Peace Boy.
Yeah, and Irie is probably target ban for 1717. He had a fantastic Irie in the group stage, so that makes a lot of sense coming out of Tamago's side as well.
So both teams doing their homework. You know, let's see if Arm comes out. Arm's going to come out. There we go. And that's going to allow the first pick, Lindis, potentially?
Oh!
My boy,
Finally!
Yeah.
I forgot. I always forget.
Yeah, well,
now.
Valheim has been so dominant in the meta, but people and teams have been able to counter him. You just basically gank him. And
rush him.
You rush him, and he's very weak because he doesn't do a lot of burst damage. He does a lot of sustained damage. So if you outburst and CC him, you can kill him. So they're going to hand over the Lindis to Maxbox, which also means they can get one of the key mages, like a Liliana here, or they can secure like a Teamy. So what will Maxbox decide?
Teamy is still available. You'd like to try and get some support here on the side of Maxbox. If you're going to run this Lindis, get some protection. They already got rid of the Zenial and the Crash, so not a huge front line, but still some opportunities. I kind of like your idea, though, of the Teamy.
Yeah, Rubik's has been really good in the Teamy in the past year for them as well.
So they're going to pick the Marja here to make sure they don't lose both side lanes. And I feel like Marja can hold her own against a Valheim. She has that sustain, right? The Dark Pulse, the Soul Devourer. There's a lot of AoE damage. I can outpush the Valheim. So let's see if she's going to be able to play in the Slayer lane against this Valheim pick.
Yeah, going to be really interesting. Back on Tamago's side, though, next two picks coming up, potentially Malik.
You might as well start and get your front line sorted
there's that
out.
Liliana.
Yeah, Malik immediately getting locked in there. Wasting no time with it.
Well, there's actually a lot of dive here for the side of Tamago, too, because that Malik can use that shock to get onto the backside. And even the Liliana, it's kind of misleading because that stun, it doesn't really have a travel time. It just appears. So if you can get that onto the Lindis, that's actually super.
And Valheim has that Curse of Death shot. It's an instant stun, right? And you combine that with the Binding Light from Liliana, another stun, then the Shock Ultimate, another stun. That's three stuns. So that's something you have to be careful with. So maybe Chognar could come out here because Chognar completely counters the Malik Shock Ultimate. And Crixie is actually a good pick. Crixie counters Liliana. We saw the Arena Valor World Cup. Crixie was picked into Liliana and won.
I do like this because from what I've already seen for Tamago, it's going to be likely this front line just diving in And when you're like that, you're grouped up perfectly for that Moonfall, and on top of that, that knock-up too. And this would be also interesting for us because we've not seen the Omen. It's usually banned out during our drafts. It's going to get locked in.
Yeah, 1717 was using Omen earlier in the group stage as well. Very good with Omen as well.
And Omen, once he hits level 4, he can beat the Valheim, because if Valheim is stuck in that Death's Embrace, guess what, buddy? You can't run around and kite like you normally want to. And Omen is going to be that lockdown against that Valheim. And ooh, Violet coming out here. That's scary to give over to Tainted One, because his Violet is just, so much. And plus late game. I mean, Liliana and Violet late game, that's very, very scary.
Honestly, we might just see Maxbox if they're deciding to go for this. It's really relying on this Omen to get ahead, because there needs to be a split presence so that Tamago is forced to send somebody to go deal.
They took the Chognar?
Yeah,
on top of that,
smart.
dude, that's just so much safety for these marksmen.
Yeah, and Chognar is the counter to the Malik. So with Chognar being picked up, that's a very smart pick. So that's going to leave Teamy potentially for Maxbox here.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't go Teamy, I mean, what are you going to go with? We haven't seen Alice at all. I feel like you're not going to pick an Alice into Chognar
Exactly.
either.
Yeah, Alice would not work as well, unfortunately.
You can't really do anything that's hard CC with the Chognar at this point. Like, you know, maybe you might see a crack. We haven't seen it for a while, but honestly, I'm interested in what Maxbox
wants. How about
Mina, unfortunately, won't work because of the Chognar. Chognar is bans Mina, so if anything, I would go for the Teamy, or if they want to play Lumber. So, but Teamy would probably make the most sense.
If you could get that revive onto the Lindis and the Omen, that just gives them a second life. But that would require the side here of Maxbox to somehow, because they're so squishy.
I just realized that's Lloydie in there too.
Yeah, Lloydie, that's what I talked about. Lloydie has a nasty crit knack. I haven't seen his Lindis play, but we know that this guy is very proficient. He's very good at decision making. He doesn't go in at first. He waits for his team to engage, everyone uses their abilities, and then he comes in as the hyper carry to clean up the fight. So I feel like with this lineup, Maxbox has given themselves the best chance to represent the Philippines here and try to win against Singapore.
Prediction, guys.
Tamago.
I'm not even talking to Suche. Yeah, I'm not even talking to Suche.
The best chance they've got, Tamago.
Even with the best chance, that's not enough.
I'll go Maxbox, just to go.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I like the comp on the side of Tamago, but I do like Maxbox here because you're able to get rid of that Valheim. Like, there's just so much but they're so both teams are super squishy, so this is gonna be a bloody match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the Chognar is the real question.
Neutral. He's neutral.
I'm neutral at this point.
You can't be neutral in a prediction.
Okay, I'll give it Tamago.
Is it time for redemption or history repeating? We'll find out with Riku and Athos.
Right, guys, welcome back to the casting guest, and wow, this is a redemption match yet again.
I know, and it might be either third time's the charm or third time's is enough. It's not gonna happen for Maxbox. So at the moment, I do agree with the desk. Tamago's composition looks really, really strong, but we'll have to see. It depends on execution once again on Maxbox side.
Exactly, and they do have a lot of frontline tanks on the side of Tamago to just maybe zone them out a little bit here. And there we go here, the second elimination match. Who loses this will proceed out of the door, out of this cup, and will not be able to stay in this tournament anymore, unfortunately. But winner will still stay in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just so excited because I'm pretty sure the desk has brought this up, the thirst coming from Maxbox to actually get that revenge against Tamago every single time they meet. Imagine 4-0 in your home country. That's gotta hurt.
That does definitely have to hurt. And also, again, 2-0 in the group stages. And then now, this is your third time.
And now this is Tamago's home country.
And now it's best out of one.
Best out of one,
Anything can happen here. If at any point in time, Maxbox wants to take a game out of Tamago, this is definitely the perfect opportunity.
I know, and it will really depend because I'm actually surprised that they brought in Lloydie as their jungler. Lloydie's actually pretty new to the roster. I mean, Peace Boy is as well, but in terms of how many games has Lloydie played officially in a major competition with this team, Lloydie, officially speaking, series-wise, he's only played 2. Games-wise, he's only played, let's say, max of 3. in comparison to Peace Boy, who's been there for quite a while, probably a couple of weeks or maybe even a month.
Yeah, I feel like they have a plan here. Yeah, maybe they're a little bit too squishy when it comes to those drafts, but putting in Lloydie in the best out of one, knowing that they might just ban that quick knack because he was amazing on that quick knack.
Yes.
So they might actually have a plan here. I think they have what it takes. I mean, you lost to Tamago twice.
Yes. They believe in the Lindis, they believe in their synergy, they probably have their minds reset, but maybe because they know that Tamago also has a weakness, because take note, when they got 4-0'd,
yep,
it was a different roster. This time they have a different support. It's going to be Rose there at Tamago side.
With that, we're going to go straight into the game itself. Oh my goodness, there must be a lot of emotions, mostly on Maxbox Gaming here.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty interesting that this is going to be a trade. There's no contest whatsoever. Only Malik, Jason, right there will try to defend, maybe a steal, but let's see the timing is right.
I don't think so. Yeah, most definitely we'll go to Lloydie there. So the trade-off is there as well. Top aim, Valheim versus Omen. Pretty standard so far, but what are your thoughts on this matchup here? Valheim versus Omen top lane.
Okay, early game I'm not liking the rotation from Maxbox because they were obviously afraid of Liliana flanking. Yeah. So therefore, in terms of the camp trades, they lost that because basically TMG cleaned the rest of top side. Maxbox only stolen the golem. So I feel like maybe it's gonna, in terms of gold, not that much, but I feel like if it continues to, if the trend continues, it's gonna bite them in the back later.
Most definitely, and if you look at the time, 21 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, still a lot of time left to figure out which team is going to be the victor of this match. So they're taking it easy. But as I say that, we have a lot of rotations coming into the middle lane from the side of Maxbox Gaming here.
Yeah, rotations for sure. I believe when level 4 hits at the top side of the map here, I feel like one of the counters to a Valheim composition is to pressure him early so he doesn't have space to grow. And we'll see, probably a potential engage.
Gambit taking a lot of damage here by Rose. Sainted once, yet again coming in, misses. But it's okay, they will be able to retreat back under that tier 1 turret. That Teamy though might give them a little bit of an issue here.
Teamy, if they find the correct timing for sure, that is correct, but we'll have to see as Rose might walk into the brush.
Level 4 right now, he does have that being a bro. Rose is really low, they get the first blood here. Maxbox Gaming taking the lead.
Getting the first blood at the moment, but BBTY, take note, he is going to be a huge threat later on if they hold that thought though.
Tamago actually got the Abyssal Dragon. Malaka jumps in, gets the kill onto its Alpha Cat as well. And there you go, gets the Abyssal Dragon as well as a kill onto its Maxbox Gaming.
They will be satisfied with just a Sentinel trade up top, at top side, and I feel like that's not exactly what they want here. Having to sacrifice one kill, that means experience loss, and Teamy would just have to shove the wave now. Marja probably, you know, underestimated a little bit on how much damage was coming from the side of TMG. And at the moment, it seems to me that the Singaporean squad is not giving any sort of openings whatsoever for some early game pickoffs.
Yeah, Liliana in the middle lane once again. Teamy tries to go in, but unfortunately they did realize, I think they tried to manage, try to get me stunned even a slow onto its KCP, but they realized that Rose was there near the brush, and rotations to top lane. Omen might be ganked here.
Omen was drafted for 1717. Pull that bot though.
Middle lane, KCP taking a lot of damage. Turns back to full form. Balls back. Rose taking a lot of damage as well. Teamy goes in. No follow-up whatsoever just yet. Look, that burst damage coming up from Tainted 1 as well. They get a double kill. BBTY is really low on HP, but Gambit is going to be the next target as well. And Alpha Cat with all that top as well. Jason comes in with the Malak, gets a kill. 1717 is the only one alive here from Maxbox Gaming. They might take the tier 1, and so they will.
The best part about TMG's composition is how beefy their front line is, and if you look at Maxbox Gaming's side about their composition, there's no one that can penetrate the defenses of TMG, and probably the logic behind the Crixie pick was at least I don't have to give up my own position to damage the backline. But take note, that's Tainted One. and BBTY is in a comfy spot. I'm gonna take all your jungle camps while the waves are getting shoved towards Maxbox's base.
Yeah, they already pushed down that tier 3 turret in the bottom lane, and so trying to focus onto the middle lane, trying to push him in. Top lane, there's a Drake coming as well. So this might be Maxbox Gaming last defense here, Riku.
Yeah, it's so hard. There's no AoE punish. There's no Malak that could just try and block the retreat path of TMG. Only you have Gambit on this Crixie. But because of the constant rotations of TMG, they anticipate that sort of playstyle.
And look at that, TMG one is slowly from long range, not even getting any damage from that turret as well. He's trying to take down that the tier 3 turret. This is looking really big for Maxbox Gaming. Can they turn things around?
Is it me or the Drake is stuck somewhere?
I think so. Stuck on the top lane. Maybe they don't even need it because look at the damage onto his Rubik's. I think he does have that. Being a bro, but 1-7, 1-7! What are you doing? You got caught out. But this might be a bait, is it, Malak? It comes out so far. They did not get a kill yet. But 1-7, which is a big of help with that. He can take all their turrets as well. Gambit really low on HP. They pump everything that he can onto the side of Tamago, but it's not going to be enough. Maxbox Gaming is going to get taken down one by one. 1-7, 1-7. Tries as much as he can to try to take down the team to one. Unfortunately, KCP is there to stop it in his tracks. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tamago still reigning supreme against Maxbox Gaming.
11-minute game. As not allowing any space whatsoever to get Maxbox Gaming back into the game. I mean, it was just the pace of the game was just controlled completely by TMG.
Yeah, what this is the end of the run for the whole tournament. You personally must be a little bit emotional here as well.
Yes, but you know what? TMG showed a really amazing performance, and these guys are all friends, and it's so very impressive to see that TMG standing as the reigning kings of the Valiant server, despite the roster changes, is still intact.
Most definitely. What a match. They won 3 series in a row, earlier on 4-0, and then group stages 2-0, and still winning this best other one, which is the most crucial match ever, probably in their AOV careers. But you know what? Let's go straight back to the panel to wrap things up.
Local powerhouse Tamago turning Maxbox into a paper box, sending them into the bin right after.
Ooh, you hate to hear it, and you hate to see it, because
someone has to say the truth, you know.
True, that's why we have an analyst desk. But no, you hate to see it when you're trying to kill a Valheim with literally probably a pixel of health, and he somehow survives. That's one of the.
You know he was listening to Get Low.
He literally lived up to his name, right? He's like, BB, thank you very much, every time. I mean, playing it out, sliver of health, but just understanding and using the Valheim abilities and stunning his opponents, and then his member to like, his teammates would come rotate and just get these kills. It was hilarious.
Absolutely
Sad.
calculated.
It's very sad.
Look at this. He's gonna flicker out just in time as Zelo low. Perfect flicker out. Look at this guy. This guy is like showing off his Valheim skills, but he did that twice in the matches. So really, really solid play by Team Tamago.
And this actually looked like an opportunity for Maxbox.
Oh, yeah.
They were able to get Rose separated from the fight, and they did pick up a kill or two, and it kind of felt like, all right, Maxbox kind of have an idea what to do. And the shot came on down, though, and they got a nice turnaround there on the side of Tamago.
Yeah, that was huge play from Jason with that shot getting clean. But look at this, BBTY again, that flicker. Oh my goodness.
It's like, that's all I needed, just that one pixel.
That's all you need. The rest of the team, though, following on through, and Tamago, they just kept pressuring on toward this, and I almost thought this game was done here. Luckily, the death timers and for Maxbox were a little short. We're only 7 minutes into the game, and heck, even the Drake was on vacation. Saying,
Chilling
hey,
that top lane.
Yeah, he was like, you guys don't really need me.
Tamago probably told him, like, it's okay to stay off, man. We got this.
That was really interesting, 17-17, they were overextending like that, and as a result, Gambit was kind of focused down, got hit by the shock ultimate, and then they fell, and that was GG. Once your best player, your key player Gambit falls, how are you going to play defense against this oppressive Tamago team?
Yeah, like that. Core goes on down, and Tamago move on, but unfortunately for Maxbox, they're going to be heading home tonight.
Yeah, it was obviously an elimination match, which means there had been the lower bracket already. There's no other chance for them. Best of one, gone, all done and dusted for them. But Tamago will face all the dominant teams we had in the winner bracket side. Alpha X, for example, they didn't lost a single series so far over here. They lost one match. When it comes to that, do you think there is a chance for one of them keeping, like, one of the teams has to keep this streak, right?
I think Tamago can continue to run because we saw the invited teams play. I mean, Legend of the Kid is one of the stronger teams, I would say. I think both teams on the lower bracket want to play Flipside.
Yeah, you're hoping you got matched with Flipside.
Flipside is more impressive than I thought they were going to be.
No, and it's not like saying to Flipside, I just feel like they are, you know, possibly the weaker of the teams remaining, and we talked about him, the Valheim. Yeah, 4-0 and 8.
Yeah, this is why Valheim is banned so often. If you do not know how to play against him, and it requires a lot of teamwork, he just starts to shine. So much CC, the Blitz Blade, the attack speed, the movement speed, that's just why he's so hard to play against if you don't work as a team.
He's everyone's first hero, man.
Yes.
It's destined.
He's not like you could choose.
He's finally meta. He's happy now. He's in a great place. He's like, finally people love me. Actually, everyone hates it. I know everyone hates him.
I've always loved him.
Hey,
Everyone hates him. No,
there you go.
Not me.
Thank you.
if you want to get to Platinum, you play Valheim solo queue. Just solo queue Valheim. Do the build that you saw BBT build, and you will be in great shape.
What are you doing to the poor solo queue? Oh, no.
I don't have friends, that's why I'm always solo queue.
Oh. Hey, but you're the one that actually has the Switch, so you got that on us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does that help? Probably not.
I mean,
well, no, you can play solo queue a couple of matches early. You got the predictions now. Our time traveling technology is now beneficial.
Does not really work, I can tell you that. But that means day number 1 is done, at least for Arena of Valor. But if you're up for more gaming action and more action here on the stage, then it will be Matt Andrews and his awesome talent crew with Dota 2. So don't go anywhere. Make sure that you got drinks and snacks ready. It will be Dota after the break.
Don't let the leg monster stand.